In this lecture, we will cover the iterative structure. At this point, you understand sequential and conditional structures. The iterative structure is used a lot when you pull data from a database. You will do this in your second programming class. You will start looping through data. You will know when you need to write a loop. This is when you do things over and over again. It is a simple structure. It has a condition tied to it. It is asking a question. It will stay in the loop until a condition is met. Let's take a look at the structure. This is what a do loop looks like. Do until a condition exists. This code can range from a few lines of code to hundreds of lines of code. Once the condition is met, it will fall out of the structure and end right here. When you do something over and over again, you need a loop. This is a do-while condition. You will loop while the condition exists. Once the condition is no longer met, it will fall out of the loop. Be sure to keep it simple. We will have some fun doing these assignments. Make sure you understand why we use loops. Some other examples of using loops, you will use them with array processing, string manipulation, and obviously data processing. You will see this type of logic in your first programming class. You can use other types of looping, but we are going to focus on these examples. I have two side-by-side examples. One on the left is a do until. The one on the right is a do while loop. And notice we have some variables. We have a variable A and a variable B. We will do until A is greater than B. In our example, we are going to print an address label and we will increment A by 1 and continue to loop until A is greater than B. And as soon as that occurs, you come out of the loop and you go down to your next task. Let's just walk through how this works. B equals 3, A equals 0, do until A, which is 0, is greater than B, which is 3. Print address label. A equals A plus 1. So this is 0 plus 1 equals 1. Let's go on and loop. Do until 1A greater than B, which is 3. We will print the address label and increment A by 1. So now the value in A is 2. Let's go on and loop. Do until A is greater than B. Right now, A is 2, B is 3. Print the address label and increment A by 1. Now we have 3. Do until A is 3, B is 3. We will print the address label, increment A by 1, come up here. Now A is greater than B, A is 4. We drop out of the loop and go here to the next task. So let's look at the do while. Same thing here, we have a variable called A, set to 0, B equals 3. Do while A is less than or equal to B, print your address label, increment your variable A by adding 1 to it, and continue to loop while this condition is met. Once this condition is not met, you will come down here to your next task. Let's go on and walk through this logic. We have a variable A equals 0, variable B equals 3. Do while A is less than or equal to B, print address label, A equals A plus 1, and loop. So from the beginning, A is equal to 0, B is 3. We add 1 to A, so then we come up here, 1, we want to continue while A is less than or equal to B, print the label, add 1, so now A equals 2. Print the address label, increment our counter, continue to loop. So now B and A are equal. So we're going to do it again. Print the address label, increment A. So now A equals 4. 4 is greater than B. So we will exit the loop and come down here to the next task. Now, for your homework, pick a structure that you like. I do want to point out this area here where we have our accumulator, and this allows us to change the condition and get out of the loop. We have the line here, and we have the line here. Without this line, we will have an infinite loop. Be sure you do not forget that. Very important, or else your program will continue to loop until you manually end the process. Let me show you what that looks like. So here's an example without your accumulator. So now, if we say do until A is greater than B, and when we start, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 3, and you print the address label, and you're still sitting at A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 3, so therefore you cannot exit that loop. Now, when you create a program and you test your logic, you will see this immediately, and then you can manually stop your program and fix the problem. All of us have done something like this before, so you need to go back and fix the code and be aware of that. This is a common mistake in some of our pseudocode, so I want you to be sure you do not forget that. So let's put that line back in the code, and I do want to recap and say there are many reasons to write loops. As you get experience, you will recognize this as soon as you start duplicating code. So once you continue to write the same code, you need to say, I need a loop here. Go on and pick which one you want to use. You can use the do until or the do while. Either one works. This is the end of our lecture. Thanks, and see you next time.